Good morning, my friends. How are you today? I've missed you. I hope you've been having a good week so far and you've been having a good morning and you woke up and did some stretches and washed your face and brushed your hair and brushed your teeth and came to our lesson. I hope you've been looking outside lots at your birds that maybe are there and the different weather that's happening, and maybe you've gone on some nature walks, which is always fun. And yeah, let's get started. So first we'll say good morning and hello from my heart to your heart. You know how much I love giving you lessons, and I'm so happy to be giving you some lessons today. It's sort of special because I've decided that the second years and the third years can have these lessons together. And like always, you just do what you feel like doing, what you want to work on. If you do all of the things, that's amazing. If you do some of the things today and some of the things tomorrow and some of the things next week, that's fine too. There's no rush. Our learning happens at the rate that we need it to happen at. And so you just stay true to your heart. And if you're feeling that challenge, if you're feeling like you're learning something new, that's all that we want. Okay, so you just work through it the way you want to. And if you have any questions, you can always have your grown-ups send me an email or send me pictures of what you're doing. I always love that. Okay, so also we're connected to all of our friends under our rainbow. Hello, my friends. And I heard actually that some of my friends were giving lessons to each other. Awesome, just like in class when you guys help your younger friends or help each other learn things. I think that's so great. And it made me really proud because it's fun to learn and also to be the teacher. So cool stuff. All right, so let's start with our calendar. Today is what day of the week? So it's the middle day of the week. So if you're looking at your calendar, you can look right in the middle and think, is it Sunday? No. Monday? No. Tuesday? No. Wednesday, correct. It's Wednesday, April 22nd. A 2 and a 2 is 22nd or 22. So there we go. Wednesday, April 22nd on our calendar. Look, our month of April is just going by so quickly. So I hope you've been having fun, maybe marking off the days on your calendar, or maybe you've colored them in, or maybe you're just looking at it when you can, so that's great. And then also for our weather book, I just did sun and some wind, but honestly, it has been so much different weather here, and I actually have quite a bit of precipitation in my jar because last night and over the last kind of day since I checked last, it snowed and then the snow melted and then there was a little bit of rain at night and then I think there was more snow, and since I brought it in, it's melted again. So I'm going to take my ruler, my flashing ruler, and I'm going to hold it up. Maybe I can even do it so you guys can see. And I'm going to look and see how much. So it looks like I have 1.8 centimeters. So I don't have fully 2 centimeters, I have 1.8. So I'm going to write in my book that I have 1.8 centimeters of precipitation there, and now it's recorded. So hopefully you've been doing that every day and you've seen some empty days and maybe more days than that. I think it will be interesting to see which day has given us the most after we're sort of done the season of spring. And I think the highest I've had so far is 2 centimeters. So maybe you've had more, maybe you haven't got to there yet. So it's fun. It's fun to see. And also I hope you've been experiencing as much of this season as I have. What season is it? Yeah, it's spring. And it has been wild. There has been sunny days and windy days and snow days. And even on Tuesday it snowed overnight, and on Monday it snowed a bit. I woke up and it was really cold. So you know, spring has lots of different weather in it, and we know we're approaching our next season, which is summer. That's right. And so I think Mother Nature just gave us one last bit of her snow. She must have had to just get that snow out of her system, and now maybe we're done with snow and we can just have some rain and some sun and let our flowers grow and our gardens grow and our vegetables and our orchards and our herbs. So I hope that's all happening also in Ottawa and we can have more sunny days. And I know we've done the bird book, and of course I said a few times that this is a book that you can keep working on. You don't have to, do just one or two. You can do a bunch of them. You can draw them on your own. It doesn't have to be on these papers, so that's really fun too. And just before we do nails, I want to share this with you. Look at this. This is a branch from a tree that was near our house, and I think it just blew off in a storm. Like, we definitely didn't cut it off, and you can actually feel the sap, and you can see the pine needles and the pine cones. And we have lots of tall pine trees here at our lake, and there's a lot of them in this part of Ontario. And I just thought it was so cool because there's so many pine cones on there, and they actually held on even though the branch fell. And it's actually still has the sap coming out of it, so even as I'm touching it, it's a little bit sticky. Yay. But yeah, I wanted to share it with you. It's pretty cool. And that was one thing that I thought if you wanted to, you could start doing, is you could start, I was going to use, got some dirt on me from that tree. You can start also making a nature book. And a nature book can be in a journal of yours. It can be in kind of any book you have. It also can just be on some paper that you cut out and staple together. And of course, you can draw pictures of stuff you see in nature, or you can even bring samples in and take a picture of it and maybe print it, or you can also glue maybe like a pine needle in your book and then write about it. So I'm going to show you more ideas on that maybe next week in our lesson, but I just thought if you wanted to start collecting some nature, that might be fun, and starting to think about nature, and yeah, we can go from there. Okay, so before we start into some of our lessons today, I thought we should just say how we're feeling in French, and I hope you're still doing Madame Debbie's French classes. I saw that there are still those, so let's start with comment ça va? So we'll say, aujourd'hui, ça va bien. Aujourd'hui, ça va bien. Aujourd'hui, ça va comme ci, comme ça. Aujourd'hui, ça va fantastique. So I hope your day is fantastique so far, and I hope having this lesson makes it even more so. So so hopefully you said it with me, and you can say how you're feeling, and you can do that every day. All right, so for today, we are going to start with our language, and we have 2 language lessons today because I just felt like that would be fun. And again, you practice what you want to practice, and you can always pause the video or stop the video and do it, or come back to it another day. So you just do what makes sense for you, okay? All right, so first thing first, we have 2 phonograms that I wanted to look at. So there's this one. This one is the p and the h. So when we have p and h together, we don't go f, we go f, okay? So it actually, the p and the h make the f sound together. And I have some words in here that would go onto this mat. So I'm going to send this to you, and you can color the words. And you're going to have both of them, so you can also color the words for this one. And then you can glue them on. And then, if you're able, you should label. That's right. And I know that's something I say in class a lot. So if you're able, you should label. So if you know what this is, for instance, I'll show you an example, but then you can glue it on and label underneath, okay? So then, so we have p and h makes the f sound. And then we have the qu and the a. And together, they make the qu sound. So really, those sounds go together all the time. And so that's a sound that we're used to making, maybe a little bit more than the p and the h, okay? So let's start. So basically I have some pictures here, and we're going to try to figure out, I maybe need to create a little bit more space. We're going to try to figure out which goes where. So hopefully you can see okay. Okay. All right, so here I have, okay. This is a question mark. So these two phonograms can be at the beginning of my word, they can be in the middle of the word, they can be at the end of the word. So we're looking for the sounds that we hear sometime in the word. So do you hear a f in the word question? No. Do you hear qu in question? Yeah, you hear qu at the beginning of question. So this picture is going to go here with the qu sound, okay? All right. What's this a picture of? Do you guys even know what that is? Okay. So a long time ago, before cell phones and smartphones, there was telephones, and they plugged into the wall, and you had to sit by the wall where the phone was plugged in and talk on it on a cord. So this is a telephone, and I grew up with telephones like this. Your parents probably grew up with telephones like this. But yeah, so it's a telephone. And do you hear the qu sound in telephone? No. Do you hear the f sound in telephone? Oh, I hear it. I think it's in the middle of the sound, or in the middle of the word. I hear telephone. So telephone goes on the f mat. Okay, let's see. Ooh, this is a picture of a quilt. So do you hear in quilt? No. Do you hear qu? Yeah, I hear qu at the beginning of quilt. Okay, I have a, what's this? Microphone. Do you hear qu? No. Do you hear microphone? Yeah, microphone. So here, another one with f in it. Okay, and now I have a, ooh, beautiful queen. Yeah. Queen? No. Queen, that's right. Queen. And then I have a, oh, what's this? A trophy. Yeah, I heard the f in trophy. So the one that I'm sending you has two more for each, and you can color it. And like I said, if you're able, you should label. And if you don't know how to write these words, you can just sound them out, but make sure you put your phonograms in them. And if not, maybe a grown-up can help you write the word, and maybe they can write it in print, and you can write it in cursive. Some fun game like that, okay? So I hope you have fun sorting your phonograms, and phonograms has a f in it as well, so even more. And yeah, enjoy that. Okay, now we're also going to look at antonyms. So some of you had a lesson last week on synonyms, which were two words that are different, but they mean the same thing. And that's a lesson that usually the third years have, but antonyms is one that the third years and the second years have together, and I usually give it all together as a group, so I thought we might as well just do it this way as a group. Okay, so an antonym. What is an antonym? Do you guys know already? Yeah, okay, so an antonym is opposites. And I bet you guys are so good at opposites, and we just have this other word for calling things opposite, okay? So antonyms are opposites. So here is a whole list of words, and they're pretty simple words. So I think most of my friends can probably read them. And then at the bottom, there was words you can cut out, and you're gonna glue them on for where it's an opposite, okay? So let's pick one up first. This one. So what does this say? It says slow. All right, so if I look at my sheet here, I'm gonna think of the opposite of slow. So what's the opposite of slow? Wet? No, that's not the opposite of slow. Is old the opposite of slow? No. Okay, maybe I need to go through. Is long the opposite of slow? No. Do you guys know the opposite of slow? Hey, fast. Is fast the opposite of slow? Yeah. So you're going to go slow, and then the opposite of that is to go fast. So slow is going to go here beside fast. That's the antonym. Okay. Now I have one that says float. And so in class we have an activity where we do float and sink, right? So, oh, I think I just said it. So what is the opposite of float. If something's floating, yeah, it's gonna sink. So let me look at my thing and see if I can find sink. I do see sink. So sink and float are opposites. They're antonyms. Okay, cold, which is sort of what it's like today here, a little bit cold outside. What would be the opposite of cold? Would it be freezing? No. Freezing would be more like a synonym of cold. So an antonym of cold would be, yeah, hot. So hot. Okay, so hot and cold are antonyms. We'll do one more. Let's do this word. What does it say? Empty. That's right. So what would be the opposite of empty? If I have a jar and it's empty, if I have a jar and it's, yeah, did you say full? That's right. So I have full right here on my list, so I'm going to put empty beside full. So those are some antonyms, some opposites that you guys can work through at home, and then you can always think of more and write them on the back in cursive. You can draw pictures for them, and if you have some younger siblings in your house, maybe you can even teach them some opposites, because that's really fun to do. Okay, so for math, we're just going to, we've all done lots of lessons on 100s and working through numbers. We've done the beads, and we've kind of gone over some of the class material, and I just wanted to go over subtraction, okay? So I have some questions here, and I just cut them out of another paper that I had. So there's writing on the back, but the questions are on the front. And so you can do the same thing. So I'm going to send you some subtraction sheets, and there's so many that you can get online, but also you can just write some questions. Maybe your grown-ups can help you write questions, and then you can fold them like I'm doing, or you can even just turn them all upside down. You can play the knock-knock game on them, whatever you want. We're just going to work through subtraction questions. And here I just have counters. I had the pasta counters, and then Sloan wanted to eat them for dinner, so I boiled them up and fed her some. So now I have some of these, and she can't eat these because these are rock gems. Okay, so I have 20, and all of the questions that I would suggest to start with would be 20 and lower. Okay, so I'm gonna just take a question. All right. So my first question says 11 take away 4. Okay, so I'm going to count out 11 of my counters. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, so you always count out the first number. So whatever number you have in your equation, and then if you have your subtraction, you're going to count that number first in whole. So I have 11 counters here, okay? Now the 11, and then I have my subtraction sign, so it's telling me to take away, it's telling me to take away how many? 4. So now I'm just gonna go like this. I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4. So now I've taken away 4, and I'm going to put them over here, question in the middle, and then this is what I have left over. So let me count and see how many I have left over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There we go. So now I'm going to write my answer here. 11 take away 4 gives me 7. There you go. Okay, so now I'm going to do that question. I'm going to put my counters back over here. I'm going to take them out of the bowl. I think that would be easier in general. And I'm going to pick another question. Okay, what does it say? 7 take away 3. So what do I need to get first? Do I get the 3? No, I get the 7. I take my first number and I get that with my counters. So I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then I'm taking away 3. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, like that. How many do I have left? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. So my answer is 4. Okay? So 7 take away 3 is 4. Let's do another question. Okay, so I have, what's this? 15 take away 6. Okay, so I'm going to count, 15 first. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So there's my 15. And I'm going to keep my question in the middle, and I'm going to take away my 6 over here. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so that's the 6 I took away. So now I'm going to count and see how many I have left. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I have 9 left. So I'm going to write 9 here. So 15 take away 6 gives me 9. And you can keep working on that and going through lots of different questions and making it fun. And then the one thing you could always do with math equations to make it more of a challenge is to guess your answer before you count it out. Let's put this away. So what do I mean? I mean that if I have a question like 2 take away 1, before I take out my counters and count it out and find the answer definitively with my counters, I can guess in my head what I'm going to have. So I'm like, oh, if I have 2, I take away 1, I'm going to have, well, yeah, I'm probably going to have 1 left, right? So always you can make a guess and then work from there. And also, if you want to do bigger numbers, you can just get more counters and work from bigger numbers as well, all right? So I hope you have fun working with your subtraction, and practice is so great until you can do all of the questions in your head first. And every time you do it in your head first, then get the right answer, then that means you're really mastering subtraction. So work through that, my friends. I know it will be fun. Okay, so we do know that today is a special day. It is Earth Day. Yay! So we're going to do 3 activities for Earth and to celebrate Mother Nature and our beautiful planet. So the first one is one that you guys definitely know from class, and I wanted to do it with you and just kind of remind you how we do it together. So this is the map of the, what are those on there? Yeah, map of the continents, that's right. So we have all of our continents, and I thought what you can do is if you remember, even without looking at the master copy, you can color them the colors that you remember. So I just put the little starting color, but North America is always pink, and South America is always orange, and Africa is always green in Montessori, and Asia is always yellow, and Europe is always red, and Australia is always brown. Yeah. And Antarctica, we always leave white. And then, of course, you can also color your oceans blue. Do a spiral on each. Okay, so you can color this lovely. And then, as you do sometimes in class, you cut out both circles and you glue them together. And you can even hang them in your window. But I thought we could sing our little continent song to help you remember the names. So it goes like this. Continents and continents, do you know your continents? Continents and continents of the world. There's Europe and Africa, North and South America, Asia, Australia, Antarctica too. Do you know your continents, your continents, your continents? Do you know your continents of the world? So you guys can sing that, and as you sing it, you can also point them out. You can just practice singing it and then read them, whatever you want to do, okay? So I'd love for you to practice this and work on this at your house, and practice just remembering the names of the continents, and then we'll start doing more map work. So we'll also do the map of Canada. Maybe I'll do that next week, and some different of the maps, okay? So fun. And I hope you enjoy it. The other thing we had for today was this beautiful paper. And it says, I pledge to help our Earth today by what? So what are some things that you can do to help the earth? What can you think of? Okay, so I hear my friends saying stuff like recycle and compost and turn off the lights when you leave a room and don't leave the water running, things like that, right? Also, if you're walking, you can help tidy up garbage if you have a bag or maybe some gloves. There's lots of things you can do to help our earth. So I think it would be really fun if you either wrote some on here or drew some. You can also call and ask your friends what they're doing to help our Earth on Earth Day. So that's some things you can do. I think also if you didn't want to print this paper because it's just more things to print, you can also just write it out. I pledge to help our Earth today by, and then write one thing or two things or three things that you want to do. Okay, so that is for our Earth Day, and I hope you can think of some fun things. And then at the bottom, you get to write your name and the date that you signed it. So that means you're pledging in your heart to do this work for the Earth. Okay, all right, and now we have a fun activity that's all with recycled material and also has the earth, involves making an earth. And I thought I would show you how to do it from the start. Okay, so I have some different things here. So this is a box, just like a cake box, because we made some cupcakes for the Earth's birthday. And what I did was I took a lid of one of Sloan's puzzle boxes, but you can, and I just traced it around, but you can use a bowl upside down. You can use anything that's a hard circle in your house. So you can do that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it out. Like so. And we're going to make a hanging recycled paper earth that will be shiny because we're going to use material from a magazine or an old magazine. Okay, so there, I just cut out my circle. And then I'm going to make mine, because we live in North America, I'm going to make mine look like this. I'm going to draw a North America and a South America on mine. So you just, do as best as you can. I don't have anything for you to trace for that, so I'm going to put mine like this, I think. I'm going to look at my North America, and I'm just going to do a general piece of land, and then a bottom South America. Okay, and then I'm going to add Antarctica over here, down there. Oops, this piece came off. All right, so it's sort of like that, what it will look like. And where you outlined it, that's the land. So land you're going to represent with the green color, and the ocean we're going to do with blue. And I just used an old IKEA catalog, and so maybe most of us have one of those in our home, or we definitely have some magazines, or you can use newspaper, whatever you like. And then it's just a fun cutting exercise, guys, because it's fun to cut and practice cutting in different ways and different strips. So I'm going to cut mine in really smallish pieces because I want it to look very fancy, and I want to take a lot of time to do it. So I'm going to cut out these strips, and I'm going to cut out some green strips. Like that. So you can do all your cutting beforehand and maybe have a bowl of green and a bowl of blue. And I think that all of my friends that are in this lesson can definitely do this part totally on their own, the cutting and the tracing. And I'm just looking for my glue. Where's Miss Jillian's glue? Oh, there it is. Okay, so then I'm going to take my glue. Oh, it's very messy glue. And I'm going to put the green where I have land. Okay, so I'm going to put the green where I have land. I'm going to place it in there. So I might have to cut it differently so that it fits. Blue. Okay, like that. And I'm going to put blue for the ocean space, because we're hoping to keep our oceans blue and clean water for as long as we can, okay? And then you're going to do your whole thing like that. So you're going to fill the earth parts with green. You could also add some brown in there. And then also for the ocean, you could do some white and some blue in there. And then you'll fill the whole thing, and you'll have this beautiful hanging earth decor, and you can hang it in your window. You can make a sign that says "Happy Birthday, Mother Earth." Yeah, you can just have lots of fun with that. You can put it beside your pledge in your room, and you can pledge to only make crafts with recycled materials. That would be fun too. So whatever you want to do with it, I hope you have fun, and I hope you make some beautiful projects. Okay, and last thing, this is just a simple thing, but I wanted to finish this because we had done a lot of folding, and I wanted to make sure that we all had a lesson on folding pants because then that means now that you have folded socks, shirts, hung up sweaters and jackets, and now we just have the pants left. So that's kind of fun to just finish it off. And there was two parts with these pants specifically, and maybe you have this as well. We did the buttoning as well. So this is a snap on these pants, and I know most of you have no issue with snaps, but if you had a pair that had snaps on it, you could practice with just snapping it, right? Which is the same as a button. You line it up and you push together, right? Okay, and then folding pants is like maybe one of the easier things to fold. So you just take your pants like this, and I'm going to try to do it facing you, and you're just going to fold them in half. So you're going to line up the legs like this. Oh yeah, that's a better idea. To the side. You're going to fold them like that in half. And then what I like to do is fold them down and then up. So I kind of make a little package, a little present, okay? And I can even fold it, sorry, I like to do it like that. So you're going to take your pants, they're open wide, fold them in half, line up the legs like this, and then your bottom legs up, and then your top down. And there, your pants are folded. So you can fold your pants and your shirts and your socks and put those all away, help with the laundry, sort everything out. I think that would be so kind of you, and something to help with all the activities that happen in your household. And yeah, I hope you had fun with our lesson today. I know I suggested lots of different work, and I hope you have fun doing it. And if you want to send me pictures of what you're doing, I would love to see it, and how you're celebrating this special Earth Day. I would love to see that as well. So we'll say goodbye. We'll say goodbye to all of my friends under the rainbow. Please stay connected. I really do think that if you called each other to see what you're pledging, that would be really nice, and maybe there's some things that you can pledge by yourself and pledge things with your friends. I would love that. And from me to you, I love you, and I hope you are having a good week. And there'll be one more video with just a story that I'm reading this week, so if you want to watch that at some point, please go ahead. Okay, I love you guys. Bye.